Okay. We are live. Wow, that was a quick one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Collaboration Station, where we talk about all things VIPKid. So, some we like, some we don't like, but we talk about it all here. And thanks for coming, guys. You want to say hello and, and introduce yourself? We'll let Amanda go last while she's setting up her mini cam. So,
it's daytime. It's daytime.
oh, that's
the
right. The
lighting's all
lighting
off
is
at
all crazy
daytime.
for you.
It's so awful.
All right, Rebecca, why don't you introduce yourself? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Me? Okay, sorry. My kids got crazy at just the right moment when you said my name. I had to look over here for a second. Yeah.
My name's Renee. Thanks for joining us.
My name's Rebecca F. I have a YouTube channel, and then I'm an online teacher with VIPKid, as well as some other ESL companies and OutSchool.
Awesome. Super cool. Mary?
I'm Mary Maple. I live in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. I teach with VIPKid, and I'm signed up with OutSchool. I've just done a couple of classes, but I'm not active right now. We'll pick that up. And I'm also a Pampered Chef consultant. And mostly I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday and hope that you are finding a way to celebrate it and make it special for yourselves, even with some of the restrictions and the difference that it might be this year. So happy holidays.
Yay. And Mary, we just had, I think Lauren said, hi, I'm from the Shenandoah Valley area. And I'm like, wait, Mary is too.
Oh, so who else is from the Shenandoah?
I think Lauren Snyder is. She was on my channel the other day. So
okay, we're gonna have to connect up. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, is it Mary? And teacher Kelly wrote, yes, it's Mary. So
awesome.
Hey, Victoria.
Hello, friends. It's me, Victoria from Lead from Home. I've been working really closely with a collaboration team, the Heritage Team Extraordinaire. So that's really where my project is right now. And I, too, like many of you, are an exclusive VIPKid teacher, full-time. Late nights and early mornings, right?
Right. Awesome. We already have one question in the chat, but we'll get to Amanda first, and then we will answer your question in just a second. Amanda, you ready for us?
Here I am.
Surprise!
So I'm Amanda Panda Teacher from amandapandateacher.com. I'm getting ready for some fun free master classes teaching how to use digital effects, and then there I am live on YouTube and I can't get my green screen to look good. There you go, proof in the pudding. Come follow me. I would love to teach you about digital effects this month. Next week on the 29th, there is going to be a masterclass. There's the website to sign up. So come have some fun with me. I'm excited to be here to talk about this topic. I think it's important to communicate with parents, get them connected to you and feel connected. We're salespeople, so I can't wait for this topic.
Great. And I will share a link down below in the description box for Amanda's course. So if you're watching the playback, you'll have a link at the bottom after this. So yay, super excited. And Amanda and Victoria and I are all in the same group working on courses and stuff. So that's been fun too. And collaborating with all of you in different ways, super fun. So let me just go back to the chat. I was just checking because I saw Rebecca. Okay, you said we're live. I wanted to make sure. I hope we're live. Good. So let's see. I can't get rid of the chat box. There we go. All right. So Renee said, has anyone taught a VIPKid pre-K class? How is it? What do you like and not like?
This is different than level 1. I saw this on the Facebook groups today. There's actually email sent out like if you want to teach the pre-K, which is ages 3 to 5, really like young babies, it's a 1-on-2 class. And they just sent it out there today. So I don't really know. I don't know anything about it other than they want to start getting teachers in this new program.
Right. Have anyone else heard of it?
I've also heard of it, but again, it looks like just something that they're beginning to roll out and maybe get teachers for and certified for. I'm not sure if it's actually launched or not. It wasn't clear. So Yeah.
Interesting.
Pay attention when you get the email because the pay structure will be slightly different. So you want to make sure if you agree to do it that you read all of that as well. And I still have some questions about that exactly, but you know, it sounds different than the level one. It sounds even geared for the younger, less students that have not yet had any English exposure and are younger.
I think there's lots of special programs, and the special programs only go to certain people. So if you put it out into Facebook groups and you ask people to find the small niche of a couple hundred teachers that got that email who are in the same program as you to answer the question, seems like a needle in the haystack. So for me, I would go back and read the email again with information directly from what VIPKid sent me. I know that a lot of people want to use the Facebook groups just to verify, to make sure, but like to find someone who is teaching those pre-K classes is going to be difficult because it's such a small group of people doing it. So they're running many tests like that. The WOW reading program and the direct and to multiple DAMI classes. Like there are so many, I can't even keep clear all the things that are happening. So just know that like, if you're asking Facebook groups to try and find someone who has an answer, it's going to be difficult because not all of us are teaching. If you ask me about level 3, oh man, all of us have taught it. So we can all respond and answer, but the small programs are really difficult to get extra help. You read the email.
Right. Hi, welcome, Cindy.
Hello, sorry.
Yeah, Renee was just asking us about pre-K classes, if any of us have taught about it or what we thought about it. She says she just got certified this morning. I wonder if it's up in our certifications.
Or maybe just some select few. It sounds like it was an email invite. So they cherry picked certain teachers that they felt would be best for this program. They have so many programs out there and they can't support all, 100,000 teachers. So they cherry pick which teachers they feel would be best for it or need bookings or whatever the algorithm is, but it won't go to everybody.
Gotcha. I think it's kind of funny on some of those. I mean, I'm a kindergarten teacher.
Right. Who gets it? Who doesn't get it? I'm not sure how that all works.
And a pre-K. I'm certified pre-K.
Right.
It's in my stats. That's funny. But I do teach a lot of older ones lately. I mean, I have level 4 and 5 for days. So excellent. So we have a few topics today, and we're going to have one big topic and then a couple little things we wanted to talk about. One thing is, how many of you did the I Love Teaching videos? Did any of you guys do them? Amanda, you did them, and Morgan did them.
Did them. I got my 400 tokens already. That was awesome.
Wow.
So I ordered Dino Pillow. So Dino Pillow is coming to my house. I just got Dino Umbrella. I ordered that in October and it took like forever and 10 trillion years. And now it's finally here.
Wow.
So now I have Dino Pillow. So I asked my kids, they look through like the pictures of the choices, like, what should we get? Oh, let's get Dino Pillow, Mommy. I want Dino Pillow for my bed. So now I got Dino Pillow coming to my house.
I buy dinos for my daughters all the time. I'm getting her the umbrella and it's not going to me because I know she's going to steal it. It goes straight to her.
I have a student that takes his class in his dino tent. Every single class has got a dino tent, the pillows.
I've seen Dino Tent before too.
Yeah.
Have you seen Dino iPad cover?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I have one of those.
That's a really amazing one.
Cute, super cute.
Yeah, so I made those 4 videos and uploaded them. It was pretty easy to do. I just filmed really quick on my computer using Manicam for 4 little clips of videos and I stuck them up there. So of course, I put AmandaPandaTeacher.com on my videos. And so I probably didn't get picked for one of the people that gets to be the quiz people because, what I always got to put my website address on there. So probably should have done that, but yes, I set them up and I did take the last quiz and watched a few of the teachers' tip videos. So I think that's really great to use real teachers to give tips videos. If you can't make it to the workshop, though, there are many great workshops offered from VIPKid with good tips. A lot of people had other tips that are really helpful. So
excellent. Did anyone else try the quizzes and
I did the quiz, and they're
You
good.
did?
There's like 30 videos you can go through to watch, but you don't have to watch them. You can just take the quizzes without watching them, or you
Oh,
can
okay.
watch the videos if you want to gain some more knowledge. It's a one-time quiz, and then every like 4 days they put a new quiz out there. And if you score like 100%, it's 50 tokens. If you
Oh, wow.
score like 9 out of 10, it's 30 tokens, and then anything less than that, you don't get anything. So you get like a one shot at it, but it's an easy way to get tokens if you want to. Go every couple of days and fill out these quizzes, and you're done.
So from what I understand, they selected 36 videos for each topic, and 12 of them are featured at a time with a quiz. So pretty neat. So let's see. The other thing I wanted to mention was a community props and rewards market. We know Amanda Panda has a shop on there. Paige and Crafty Teacher Angie, they were on here. They all have shops on there. But what I wanted to mention was there's a drawing from December 15th through January 3rd. And it's like, what's it called, Amanda? Like Teacher's Wish?
Sweepstakes.
It's a sweepstakes, but it says like, oh, make a wish. Maybe you'll get your wish or something. But it's just a short little Google form that you fill out to get into the sweepstakes.
Super easy.
You have till January 3rd. So
yeah, my shop is offering a $20 gift certificate from Etsy and a free course. So like the Manicam kindergarten course, you could win.
Nice.
So a $67 value. So that's a great option.
That's awesome. Super cool.
Good prize.
I'm super excited for that course, especially like I'm not using Manicam, but Manicam is like locked in my classroom right now. So I still need to get through that one. Any other small little things that you guys wanted to mention before we get into our big topic of trial feedback surveys? Anything up that's been going on in Facebook land? Not yet? Okay.
I wanted to say one thing about Christmas apples. So I just made a YouTube video. If you hop to my channel, let me see if I can get the right apple. Oh, here it is. So I made this Christmas apple. It's a digital effect that you could use with Manicam, but I also made a printed version of it. Sorry, my green screen's going to mess up the apple, but this is an apple, and it's a great thing to give to your students on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day if you're teaching. The word Christmas Eve is very similar in Mandarin to the word for apples. So the tradition became that people would give in a little gift box an apple wrapped in cellophane, and they would etch on the skin a beautiful drawing or the Chinese characters for Christmas. And so if you gave this apple to your students, they would recognize it because it's enough part of culture when people can order and buy, and I'm going to get you an apple. It's what like husbands and wives give their sweethearts. So like it's just a loving thing to do in a box. So if you give this at the end of class, I did this, even though I'm not teaching Christmas week, I did this with my students last week. At the end of class, I held up the little apple with a digital effect and I said, Merry Christmas. And then Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad, if I saw Mom and Dad in the background. So it's just good customer service. They will recognize it. It bridges the gap between our culture. They might not know stockings or lights, but they will recognize the Christmas apple because it is something that's in their culture that signifies Christmas Eve or Christmas. So I made the printable. You can grab it from VIPKid Props and Rewards or my website, amandapandateacher.com / blog. Just click blog and it's easy to find. So you can make your own. So yeah.
Oh, that'll be super cute. Yeah, you've always got awesome ideas. Let's see, Candy. Oh, okay, she was asking Teacher Renee something. Hey, Candy, thanks for coming. So let's see, apples in China. In Germany, we did a pickle. You have to find the pickle on the tree. In Italy, funny. It was La Befana, was their Christmas witch. Anybody know of any others?
Julenisse is Norwegian. Julenisse,
oh.
Kind of like a Norwegian elf. Cute. I think it's cute. My husband's Norwegian. He thinks it's really weird looking, but I think it looks like a regular elf. It's just, a Norwegian look to it. But
and St. Nicolaus, super fun. Oh, I love holidays around the world. I so miss it this year in my classroom. Candy said, wow, Mary has the best Christmas background. I know. And little does she know that you threw that up one day when we were going to talk about Christmas, right?
Okay, 5 minutes. Let's see what I can do. I love my magnetic board because it can
Experience,
just
though. All of your experience through the years. That makes
Mhm.
it so you can do that in just a few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Pull out my Christmas box. Okay, boom.
I didn't even think to do a Christmas background today. So you got VIPKid. Nah.
And it's
Sorry,
my fourth Christmas, so many of us have been around a couple times. I didn't know about the Christmas apple my first 2 years, but the two last year and the year before, I've done the Christmas apple, and parents, their eyes go, "Oh, teacher has a Christmas apple!" Like they just really recognize it. So I can't say enough good things. If you don't know about it, try it out.
Cute. All right, so the topic today, and we've talked about this, we had actually a pretty good discussion about this in our group, and I thought it was going to be like a quick little topic, but there was so much going on. So let's just talk about the trial feedback update survey is what they called it. So a survey was sent out, and anybody want to talk about what it, I feel like I'm doing all the talking. Anybody want to go over what that survey was about? I mean, I have specific questions, but no. Okay, it was a survey. So basically, at the end of a trial lesson, VIPKid is thinking about doing a 3-minute feedback chat with the parents. So basically, we would tell them how their student did in our classroom that day as part of a trial. Literally, a lizard just ran out my window. It's on the inside of the screen, so it caught my eye.
Who needs Manicam?
Right? As long as it's not in here again, like last time. Okay, so this survey talks about would you feel comfortable, and I'm going to ask this to all of you, would you feel comfortable for that last 3 minutes talking to a parent one-on-one about their student? And I can tell you that your mind might change as you're listening to some of these ideas back and forth, because we went back and forth a lot on this. So, all right, let's start. Who wants to go first and tell me what your opinion is?
I'll go
I'm
first.
going to make a hat. Come on, Mary.
I love the idea. I already, when I do trials, try to get the parent on there at the end. And sometimes that works because I can actually communicate something to the parent. And sometimes they just don't understand any English at all. But I'll then try to TPR my appreciation for them and my love for their student. And I think any time we have an opportunity to connect with that parent, we really help sell the program, right? And it also makes it so much more personal and makes them want to sign their child up. So I love the idea, and I hope that they build in a translating feature, as they were asking in the survey, because you know, we are the teachers. The sales team are not the people who the child will be signing up with, but we are a representative of who will be teaching their kids. So I love the idea. I think it'll be great.
Great. Anybody else? What are your thoughts? Victoria?
Yes, I have some hesitations. I know that there's going to be a lot of veteran teachers that are going to say, oh, it's a great way to connect. And I agree. I'm not going to take away from that. I agree that it's important to establish that rapport the moment you enter the classroom and even beforehand. And there's ways to do that, especially now with the updated features. My only hesitation, well, there's two, is possible issues or tech issues when they launch something with translation, app and processing, and then time. Because I want to give, you know, for my own personal schedule and balance, I have back-to-back classes, boom, 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 and I'm done. That doesn't mean that the quality of service that I provide within that 25 minutes is not on point, but I want to provide that buffer for one, note-taking, just, you know, on the side, prepping for the next class to transition, or even giving the next student just a minute more because they have an assessment and you don't know, you want to make sure they have that cushion. So I worry about time, that is it really going to be 3 minutes? Anytime that I have ever spoken to a student's parent, it goes to about 5 or 6 minutes, hands down, every single time. So I do, like everyone else, enjoy that rapport building, but have those two hesitations. And I'm looking for ways to, like, oh, I want to commit so bad. I want to agree, but right now those hesitations have me kind of,
So to that point, Victoria, could we not start that parent feedback sooner? like, will we have the option to start
Yeah,
engaging?
Probably.
I think 22 minutes is what I've been hearing. I mean, we should probably preface this with, these are our experiences, our opinions that we've heard. You'd have to put in a ticket, guys. This is just from what we've heard.
And they
so.
have not started this yet.
Right.
It's
This
still
is
in the
just in the
planning
works.
and the feedback stage of what do you guys think of this? So it's
Right.
not official yet.
Right.
Rebecca, you make a good point that it's not, this is something that they're testing the waters about, getting feedback from teachers
Right.
who are actually going to be put in this position to do that. I wonder, you know, I've heard in the feedback in the groups that people who are doing the trials, it's short. They don't run the entire time, and that maybe this would be a great opportunity to kind of feel that out. However, I have had trials that go the exact 25 minutes or a little over, just because we're introducing and getting students used to the platform. So I'm okay, I get it.
The Starlight trials are designed for 20 to 25 minutes. And a lot of times at 22 minutes, the sales team is already saying, great job, teacher, goodbye.
Yeah.
And they take over to sell. So a lot of times, sometimes I don't even get to the 5th star. And I'm like, wait, I didn't get to say goodbye.
Yeah. Oftentimes, like even last night, I was mid-sentence saying goodbye for star, and then they kicked me out. I'm like, bye.
I think a 1-minute warning or something would be
Right?
great.
It's like, hey, we're going to jump in here soon. You know, just like, it was like 25 and a half minutes. Sometimes they kick me out, sometimes they don't, but I'm like, So this is an awkward thing. I teach a lot of trials right now, Probably about 90% of my classes right now are trials.
Oh, wow.
I'm doing short notice trials, and I probably bring in about 100 trials a month. They don't all convert, but a good portion does. And so I have mixed feelings about this. A lot of my trials,
Rebecca.
No, yeah, I know. It kind of built, it's my 4th year. It comes and goes in waves. So yeah, I give it my regulars, but I love the trials. Plus easy prep, once you know all the trials, you just, reuse the same props. It's great. But a lot of times the parents are not present for the trial. So then what do you do for those 3 minutes? If the parent is not there for any of the trial, do you say, hey, tell your, 3-year-old, go grab your mom?
Yeah.
Can you still teach the full 25 minutes if the parent shows no interest in even participating? I've had trials where you go, circle this. Okay, mom, can you help him circle this? And mom's on the phone doing whatever. I'm like, I don't want to talk to mom for 3 minutes if they're not even helping. And I know it's not going to, help with the sale. Some moms are right in there and kind of being my second teacher, which is great. But then like, okay, what do I tell this mom who has actually observed the whole thing and kind of knows what we're getting at? So I think it could work if they give us kind of a script of what kinds of things we can say, maybe don't say, maybe start off with your student did this. Let me show you a few sentences. Oh, watch the show and tell thing. And then what can they work on better? And then like a closing thing, if we can kind of have like a 1 minute here, 1 minute, 1 minute, then I feel more confident. But a lot of these brand new teachers are given trials. They're not going to be confident talking to parents their first day at VIPKid.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of ease it in. Like I could see the pros, and I could see definitely some people going, I don't want to do this. I already do the feedback in between. The sales team does a great job of this because they know the culture. It's just pros and cons.
Yeah. Cindy, what do you think about that?
Well, it's new. It's a new idea to me. First of all, I don't do a million trials, but I have done several, to where I feel comfortable doing them. But they're all different. And like Rebecca said, sometimes the parents are there, sometimes they're not. Sometimes you get a kid like they are going to burn through that thing in 20 minutes. So then you do have extra time. If the parent knows. I guess my thought was that maybe the parent could choose if they want to or not, because some parents might want to and they can, and they know they can, and they'll be ready for it. Where other parents would say, no, that's okay. I don't really mind. I'll just watch the program, because I think for me, I've had some parents that I've never really gotten to know the parents very well. I have one, I don't know if it's just me or if it's just the students that I get, but like I have one student that I've had quite often, and I even have them on WeChat, and I've kind of like she's put up a picture, I comment on it. But as far as getting to know them, like their family, like some teachers say, no, that hasn't happened with me. But if they know ahead of time, hey, you can talk to the teacher, you'll have 3 minutes. And maybe they should know, hey, at the end of 3 minutes, the teacher is not obligated to stay. You know, I mean, we can't really make that happen. But to me, if the parent knows, I have found that a lot of teachers feel it's okay to go past 25 minutes, but I haven't really had, I maybe had 1 or 2 in the last 2.5 years that thought that it's like normal to go past 20. Most of mine are ready to go at 25. You know, that's about all. And I've done out school and I've done classes like for 40 minutes with knitting, and they're really done at 25, 30 minutes. They don't want to stay for longer, you know, and that extra 10 minutes is almost like hard for them. So that's my opinion, is if the parent knows and they're ready for it, they can ask a couple questions. If they're in charge, they have you till minute 25, and then you say, well, I gotta go, thank you very much, you know, and you're done.
Yeah.
I think it would work.
And Amanda, before we get to you, I just want to read, Candy said, I saw a discussion saying that they feel trials are misleading. The trials have so many bells and whistles and animations. Regular MC classes don't have the bling that trials do. I do understand that, but on the other hand, I think most of them are starting to convert to the more interactive classes and things. So
Younger ones are,
yeah, like the Starlight and things. The Starlight trials are quite close to the Starlight stories and things now. So as far as that goes, I think they're trying to kind of make them go that way. I don't, again, that's just one of my opinions. So,
well, I think with trials though too, they're way more repetitive than the actual lessons, like ball, banana, you know, that you don't repeat like that for a regular lesson. So I think the lesson itself is better than the trial.
Unless you're doing click the mouse.
Oh my word.
I feel like I say that all the time.
I remember.
Or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh,
For 6 lessons, right? I remember the day way back when the trial was actually lesson 1 or pretty close to lesson 1 of whatever unit they're going to into. So whether it's level 2, 4 or level 3, 1, we kind of taught a simplified version of lesson 1. So when they go in, they know this is how the sides look, this is how it feels, this is how it draws, this is what we're talking about. I do feel personally that right now there's a lot more moving and animations and videos and fun stuff coming out at you. And you go into even interactive level 2, it's like click, bling. Okay, click here. I'm like, what happened? And level 2 is kind of interactive. You go jump into level 3 from a trial, there's like nothing there. Or level 4 or 5 is like, there's just, I can draw it, but that's all I can do. So it does seem kind of like a letdown once they actually buy the package. I'm hoping that one day they will make the MCs kind of match the trials.
Yeah, I think they're trying to head that way.
Remember that it's a flipped classroom model that we're teaching. So a lot of the games that they play before class and after class are interactive. So they have like all these modules with a planet where Dino goes and they get gems. So I mean, there's a lot of computer animation and work done into the interactive games. In our classroom with our database that we have is like a PowerPoint slide. So like there's a lot limitations to what you can do with that particular database and the setup. So though they do have a lot of interactive features that kids will experience, it's not necessarily what it looks like in level 3 for us, because they have like all this Game Central and spaceships come down, and like it's very interactive if you know about the flipped classroom model. So that it's not complete letdown, because there's books in English, like there's when they buy VIPKid, it's a whole program. It's not just teaching with teachers. So
that's true. So what are your thoughts, Amanda, on the trial, the parent feedback?
I think that this is just a structural change that they will put into the slides and the teacher experience to give us guidance in the minutes. If you've taught the recent level 1 trial, it says spend 1 minute on this slide, spend 2 minutes on this slide, spend a couple minutes on that slide. Like, it tries to guide you along to get you to spend a certain amount of time. I bet you they'll just add, here's a little 3-minute window to possibly talk to the parent. And I think as a teacher, I control and click how the class is run. I am teaching the class. So if I feel like the parent has enough English throughout the lesson and I hear them greet me or say other words, then at the end, I might take a couple minutes to talk to the parent about their student skills and speak more English if I think they understand. If the parent is not there, like, I might call them over and spend 10 seconds. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. And have the student say, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. And like, that's 20 seconds and I'm done. So I just think as professionals, we are going to teach the class whatever needs to be taught for that particular trial. I think having the opportunity to speak with parents, if they can understand, can be a very profitable selling point. If you are speaking to a North American teacher who is teaching your students, like, I just think that that is a good thing to do in sales. And I wouldn't mind being comfortable enough to speak to parents. I think they should make some videos of examples. So like, new teachers can have some demos and move forward. I think that we just have to always remember, like, we're the teacher. So however VIPKid sends the curriculum down the pike to us, I'm clicking, I'm teaching, it's my room. So like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do is best for the situation. That's why we're teaching one-on-one individual classes.
I do think Cindy's idea was great with the ask the parents ahead of time if that's what they want, because I think some of them would be like, no, if they're already intimidated, and I don't know. I think it's pretty neat. We do have a teacher sent us some information. She said she doesn't like the idea. She thinks it's very challenging for teachers and intimidating for teachers and parents. She said she's made the following plan. I'm pretty sure, I thought she was one of the pilots to this, but I'm not sure. At 22 minutes, she's hoping to jump to the goodbye slide. I'm just going to talk as if I'm her, because that's what it's in. She said, if I hear or see a parent, hopefully one is close. So at 22 minutes, she's going to jump to it. I want to make a little sign asking students to get mom or dad, that is in Chinese and English. She suggested it to be a part of the goodbye slide. Call mom and dad or whoever. I strongly suggested that they give advice to the parents to parents that teachers would be talking to them. So to let the parents know. And then she wants like a script. Bao Bao did great. He listened carefully and repeated well. Bao Bao will improve in listening and repeating with more classes. So she goes on to talk about a script. Get the student to show off for the parent. So one thing she mentioned is the sales team will say, what color is this? And it's a red marker. Or what color is my apple? And they say red to show off what they learned during class. And it looks really good for you to the parents, So her plan is to get the student to show off something they learned. So I thought that was pretty neat too. So by identifying color or object.
Hey, we can do that at the end. Yeah, that's something that we could do. So
I think
time.
Yeah, if you're worried about the time and things, and the parent is there and having difficulty understanding you. Now, it is supposed to be in real-time translation. So that's supposed to be a pretty neat feature that'll help. We'll see.
And Kasie, does that mean real-time translation of what we are speaking or what we're speaking? Okay.
From what I understand, it's supposed to be speaking.
So then the 3 minutes won't be so long because I'll speak, it'll translate, they speak, it'll translate, they speak, it'll translate. It could get kind of speak very short. 3 minutes will go by really fast in that way.
If that in fact is part of it, then
and if we can turn off the Chinese translation, if they speak really good English, that'd be nice to say, no, we're doing fine with English. I got a fluent English parent here. Turn it off.
Right? It's gonna be interesting to watch how this all plays out, I think. Let's see. Give an example of
I was gonna say, Oh, I think showing off the skills the student learned to the parent is very important.
Mhm.
The classes the parent is paying for are very expensive. So they want to have, even from the first class, as many words as the kid can say, even if they're tiny babies sitting in high chairs. Like it really is all about as many words as you can get out. So if we can do adding a speaking to the parent and we just start saying things and they're not understanding, turn it into, let's show mom, this is an apple, and have the student say, mom, and mom claps and you clap. So like you can really change it into a celebration at the end if you really do have 3 minutes that you need to fill. So I do that with the bye-bye props game. So I take the props at the end and I hold them up and I have the students say bye-bye and throw stuff out of the camera view, and kids think it's hilarious. So like at the end, bye-bye dad, and then dad goes flying, bye-bye Lee. So like you can do the same thing with dad or mom, like bye-bye mom, bye-bye dad, bye-bye Lee. Like there are really simple ways to bring it so it's very easy for parents to understand. It's fun for kids because they're zonked out by the end of class. It's have them perform or say extra is challenging for them.
Right. Let's see. I just saw something. I wish we had access to see what the kids. But the translations part of VIPKid is not the best. How many times have we gotten parent feedback and it's really weird? Yeah, it's badly worded. Oh, badly worded. Gotcha. Yeah, hopefully this new technology, if they're using something new, will be better. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So that was a teacher's way. And she said, number 4, thank the parent and student and hope that she just made it 3 minutes. So she had given a list of the 4 things that she plans on doing. But I definitely think having a script or some examples would be great. So if VIPKid watches these, let them know. And
this is why Amanda's idea of, and Cindy's idea of making sure that there's training, I think Rebecca, everybody kind of agrees, there has to be a standard or at least some kind of consistency in how we present. Even if we have that liberty, like Amanda talks about, to create our teaching presence and we're in control, we do have to have something that's consistent. So that we're, between classes, that we get comfortable with it and the language is there and we're not, it's kind of like protecting ourselves with a script. Not saying that we have to stick directly to it. I mean, just like we're teachers, we have flexibility and able to customize it. Yeah, teacher tips. But we've got to have something that's consistent. Hit this note, hit this note, hit this note, done. That way we're not getting, certifications revoked or penalized for going too short or too long. It's kind of like, okay, this is tried and true. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely one that would want a script. I get nervous. You guys know me. I'm like, oh,
I was going to say also, the misconception is out there, and I'm just going to say it about WeChat and using WeChat. So the misconception will be from new teachers that are not experienced to hold up my WeChat QR code to the parent at the end and have them connect with you on WeChat. No. So like, just you're right. I agree with Victoria. There should be set expectations on what you're looking for in this time, what things you want to make clear across to the parent. WeChat is not what you scan QR codes the very first time you meet a parent. That is so off-putting and uncomfortable and not professional. But like, I just have a feeling that like people are really, really looking for bookings and they're pulling in parents. And so this 3 minutes, oh great, there you are. Let's scan my code and then let's start booking classes. But that's not what you do with that tool. So
yeah.
Plus, there's no guarantee that the student who signs up will get you as a teacher. Yeah. Sometimes if you're a brand new teacher and have nobody, maybe they can become your first student, but there's no guarantee. And I'm so fully booked that, sorry, my kids are being crazy now loud. They might not ever see me again because I teach so many.
Right. Yeah. Anything else about that before I ask you guys about another trial thing? No? So, okay, where did I come across this? But did you see where they're making the change, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that say I convert a Starlight trial, but they don't sign up for the Starlight trial. And we're not going to get the $5 for that anymore. Right? I'm not cracking up. I did read it somewhere, right?
I'm pretty sure I read that as well, Kasie. I think you're right.
Yeah, so
which confuses me.
yeah, that's the other part of the 3 minutes. I'm like, oh, there's my Boston. Sorry. That's my New England accent. See, when I get excited, I told you guys.
Try it again. I want to hear it again.
I know, man. I'm rooting for it.
Rewind, play it again. I want to hear the accent.
It happens on accident. So that's one of those things, though. I'm like, I don't know. You work so hard for a trial, and if they don't sign up, they don't sign up. But if they sign up, but under a different course, and you don't get it, I'm like, I just showed them what a teacher's supposed to do, how we support the student. I don't know.
And introduce them to the platform. I mean, that is huge. That circle, drag, and drop. I mean, we're coaching them how to use the platform.
Yeah, you got to work hard for that sometimes.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that's kind of like.
I think Kasie, there's nothing that you can do about that. I mean, VIPKid is going to change their incentives and do whatever the heck they want. So we know that from how our incentives were changed about our pay. So like they're going to change the incentives for sign-up bonuses. They're going to change the incentives for referrals. They're going to change the incentives for our pay. Like I think there's some things to like make your mind worry about, and that's just one of them. You cannot, because you can't.
I don't complain very often, but
you are such a complainer, Kasie.
Trial, and I convert that trial.
Always a line somewhere.
I have learned in 4 years here, if a VIPKid, if the head was make a change, then that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
And we can complain all we want to. They're not going to change. They've already done the back research about it. They've already got feedback from people. They've already made the decision. That's it.
Right.
So if they want to go and do this 3 minute for trial feedback, great. How can we help them to get more students? Definitely. And it's going to take a steep learning curve, but then we can become pros at it if they will help us do that.
Yeah.
And honestly, if they launch it, oops.
No, go ahead, Victoria.
I was like, honestly, just like Rebecca and Amanda said, that if they launch it, I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to be there. And my mind automatically goes, how can I do it better? Right. How can I make this mine? How can I show my personality? Because it's like Amanda was saying all through this session was, it's all about sales. And if you're a VIPKid teacher, sorry, now my accent is coming out. If you're a VIPKid teacher and this is your sole income, you want to make sure that wherever that source is coming from, that you have consistent, students, you want those repeat students.
Right. I think the best thing we can do really is to fill out the surveys. There's a section on there asking where it's on the very last thing, I think, right? Do you have any suggestions for us? I think if they're willing to listen to the suggestions and you put in there maybe training or scripts, hey, maybe they'll have some things coming out to help. So I think filling out that survey could definitely help us. So Amanda, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
my eye is a J.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I should know the answer to this, but I always have don't rebook if my trial doesn't show up. Oh. But if I put it on do rebook, does that mean I have to stay the full 25 minutes or am I still done at 15 if there is nobody? Like at what point can they rebook a student
I think it
into
is
that slot?
15. Maybe 6. I don't know. If you have the trial rebooking on, they can rebook a trial even after the class has started. So you could be 4 minutes into a no-show and boom, says you are going to be transferred to a new classroom. Here you go. Yeah. Now, warning, when you go to new classroom, timer starts at 0. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the kid could be 4 minutes late, but it starts at 0, which means you only teach a 21-minute class. So you can get out to get to your next class. Right. So you may not have time for a whole thing. So I always type in the chat box, hello, it gets time stamped at 4 minutes. Then I go, bye, it gets time stamped at, the 25 and a half minute. That way I have proof I was there the whole time, even though it only looks 21 minutes long.
Right.
And so, but they can't send someone in at 14 minutes and expect you to teach.
I want to say it's 6 minutes. And I will look. Let me write that down and I will look that up, but there's something telling me 6.
Yeah, I don't know how many minutes it is, but I've heard if absolutely nobody shows up in 15 minutes, you can leave. But if somebody shows up like even for 1 minute and leaves, you have to stay the whole 25.
Yeah. So, but they won't show up after the 15. Because right now, with the not being rebooked, I love the 6-minute mark, and it's like class is canceled and I get my pay.
I don't
and
get
I like
those
that.
cancellations anymore. I keep looking and it does not get transferred to the
Really?
classes finished until like 30 minutes. Like I could leave and I could get in my next class and at 30 minutes, then it gets sent to the no-show. And I'm like, am I safe to leave or not? It used to like 6 minutes you could be out of there, but now I wait the whole 15 because
Yeah,
I
went 15.
Yeah.
unless it actually says from a fireman, this class has been canceled.
But with
Firemen
the
are
rebooking,
busy.
you can still
Yeah.
leave at the 15, right, Rebecca?
15 minutes, yes, I can leave.
No matter, even with the rebooking on.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay, good. That's what I want to clarify.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I did look in here my phone app. Let me see what it says. The enable trial rebooking. It says trial rebooking means that if a student does not attend their trial, VIPKid will automatically match you with another student if available. This reduces the chance of a trial ending as a student no-show and gives you a better chance of finishing as scheduled for full pay. Click the switch above to enable or disable this function. So you can like, one day I go, I need those no-shows. I will unclick it and go, yes. If I'm like, I need the money, I've got good energy, let's do it. Press the button. So I can change it on my phone app like any day I want to, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've never changed it. I've always had the rebooking feature on.
It doesn't always happen. Like if a student is not available anywhere, then you're going to get a no-show.
Yeah. I haven't had a no-show in so long for trials or for my substitute classes. I have booked every substitute class. I get about 3 or 4 a week now for substitute classes.
Yeah. I just turn trials on after the regular time. Like, so after like the 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because all my regular spots are filled, but trials during that time. And those sometimes can have more no-shows because it's late there. So
yeah, if it's like the 9:30 p.m. Beijing time, if I get a booking, I'm like, it's probably a no-show because it's like bedtime for them. But sometimes they'll surprise me and like, oh, you're here and it's 9:30 p.m. Let's do this.
Exactly.
And you're 3 years old. Great.
I always forget to check to see if those booked, so I keep those two off.
They're still sporadic. I get maybe 1 or 2 a week in those time spots, but for me, I'm mountain time zone. So it's 6 and 6:30 a.m. It's before my kids wake up. Might as well. I'm still on my computer. If I get it, I don't. I don't. I get, a handful a week, not fully booked, but I do put it out there.
I get none of those. And I worked 90 or 60 days straight, like for 2 months, every single morning, and every single slot was open. Those 2 slots, never. And it's because I am so full. So like regulars are a joy, but regulars can be a drain too, because I don't see many trial students. Every slot I open is filled by my regulars. So people follow my schedule. There is not very many open slots. They cannot sneak in a trial. So I'm not in the mind of the trial booking people. So like, even though for 2 months I had all those extra slots open, I didn't get a single one, not a one. And that was 60 days of all those extra slots. And I'm a good trial conversion person. Like I've taught all the trials. I do the little tiny level 1 ones pretty good. I can have balls falling on my head and make fun. But I didn't get any. And so I think it's just about people like Rebecca that teaches many trials. So if you're on the list, they keep filling your slots with trials. If you don't accept priority bookings, you keep them closed. You don't open them. I accept bookings for my students. I squished my schedule for the winter. I went from 28 classes a week to, oh my gosh, I don't even want to tell you the number, like 15. And my parents are like, I can't see you, teacher. I'm like, I know. I have to sleep. I can't wake up at 2:30 a.m. every single day. So I mean, it's everyone's experience is different, but definitely I know that there must be some preference of teachers that receive trials. And if you've never got any, the likelihood of getting any is very difficult because it's all about those conversions and the rates of conversions in the past.
It comes and goes. It's so surprising. Last fall and winter, I was also short notice only. Actually, the whole year prior. My daughter's 15 months old, so the entire pregnancy I was short notice only, and it was doing great. And she was born in September, and by January or so, by Chinese New Year, it dried up. Like I got no short notice. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll open it for the frenzy or the week of. I gained some more regulars. It was great. And the summertime hit. I took a month off, came back and go, I'm not sure how my schedule's going to look. I'll do short notice only. And trial people found me again. Like I got no trials during the whole trial cup challenge. And I'm like a top trial person. I'm like, what's going on? Am I on like this blacklist thing or something? I don't know. I was converting great, but it just, I have to go with the flow. And if things are booking, then I go back to your regulars and priority bookings. If if I want to try short notice trials, I can. It comes and goes. I don't know what's going to happen this year for Chinese New Year. I have learned though that the week of Chinese New Year, the actual week, sales team is closed. Like there's nobody in the trial sales team office. So I have learned the hard way. Do not save that week for short notice for trials because you'll get nothing. You won't get anything. You'll be completely empty that week. So I know that week I'm going to open up because I want the bookings. And hopefully I can get back into the trial list after that. But there's a lot of mystery out there when it comes to trials and how you convert and what the sales team does and who assigns you trials and how much is.
And sometimes it's so strange because I have so many regulars that fight for time slots. I will literally be emailing with the parent, say, I'm going to open up this slot, be on the computer at this time. And within the 2 minutes that I've opened it, a trial has snuck in. And it's like,
oh, wow.
Darn. And it's like, we have to be very precise with our timing because I'm on some trial list. And sometimes I wish I wasn't. Like, just take me off. I'll do it for that last hour, but not for my regular slots. I wish we could block when we have those trials and don't, because it can be hard to.
Oh, Mary, that's a great idea. I like the idea of just setting aside a certain time. For example, I'm probably like everybody else, we have our regulars that book these certain, and we have this schedule and we've built it. But when we're feeling that energy and really wanting to get in there, that would be awesome to get those trials. I mean, trials have pros and cons. One, they're going to up your game because you get back and you see that other curriculum and you're engaging with a different type of learner, especially if you have regulars. So I do kind of grimace when I see, trial, but at the same time, I'm excited because it's one, I know that my mindset's got to be right. And I want to make sure that student experiences like awesomeness, like awesomeness is going to shoot out my eyeballs, like that kind of energy, because this is their first time. And I know I'm not sales, but I still want them to realize that this is a quality platform. We're all individuals and we all have our talents and personalities. And this is a great way to highlight it when you get a trial or a new student that has only 3 classes or 4. Those are the ones that I just let's get those rainbows out.
So I'm going to check the chat really quick. So let's see, it was Candy. Candy, I passed along your comment to Victoria. So let's see. Candy said, that is true, Rebecca. Veterans schedules are usually fully booked. I only open so many slots per week. First come, first serve. Most veterans don't have room for new students. Let's see. Question, did you see the new Philippines teachers posting on the Hutong? I wonder if eventually they will let them teach classes other than Starlight Group. It's interesting you say that, Candy, because now some of you know that I have 2 to 3 Starlights a day most days. I just looked and I have all major courses from some of my students I hadn't seen in a while. And I wonder if some of the Starlights are going with some of the other teachers. And now some of my regulars are coming back. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but
I noticed the same thing, Kasie. It's the Starlight, and then I had like a very brief period where none of my regulars kind of went away, and then they're all coming back, even ones I haven't seen in months. I guess that goes to show trend.
Sorry, I took a quick sip of my coffee. My husband went Christmas shopping today for me and brought me back a coffee. So. All right, and she said short notice has been great lately. Has anyone seen an increase in short notice? The only time I've been opening short notice is when somebody cancels and I just leave it open. So, yeah. All right, I think that is it for today. What do you guys think?
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, well, we have one more. Yes, we have one more thing. We have a birthday.
1 second.
Oh!
guys gonna help sing? Because I'm terrible.
Thank
If
you,
you're in
Racy
the
the Cake.
chat, say happy birthday to Amanda. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday.
to you.
To you.
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday,
dear Amanda.
Happy
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 birthday
birthday
to
birthday
to
you.
to you.
Now in Dutch we would say lang zal ze leven, lang zal ze leven, lang zal ze leven in gloria, in gloria, in gloria. Hip hip hip, hurrah! Hip, hip,
Oh, I love it.
hurrah.
Hip, hip, hip.
So that was just long shall she live. So
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
Okay, Almira, I'll blow out the candles.
yay!
Such teachers.
That's so fun.
I love it. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming, and a little thank you for doing a birthday bash with us today. In the chat, awesome chat today. Thanks for coming. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.